And there it is. All right, awesome. Welcome to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today we're back on the Greenbrier River, just outside of Hinton, West Virginia. Everything's returning to more normal down here. If you saw my video from a couple weeks ago, this is the same camper. We're here to replace both those Skylights today. The rivers are looking a lot more normal. The new river definitely looked way more normal when I came through Hinton, and the Greenbrier's looking better. So yeah, everything's returned to normal here. Just keep thinking about the people over in North Carolina and Tennessee, and all that they're still going through, and we'll be going through for a long time. But today we're gonna start on these Skylights. I sent Bill Hilly up there with a screwdriver to dig out a couple screws to see what kind of fasteners they have holding the Skylights down to the roof. I haven't heard from him. Let's go up and check on him and see what he's found out. You think he'd just holler down at me and let me know what he found, but yeah, I don't know. Bill Hilly, he don't think like the rest of us. Oh, let's see here. Yeah. What'd you find, Bill Hilly? He acts like he works for State Road. He's just been up here holding the screwdriver. Okay, well, let's get started. We'll let him go on coffee break, and we'll get started. My mom and dad think it's funny. I never played with dolls, and I know boys played with action figures. I never played with action figures when I was a kid, and they think it's hilarious that I play with dolls now. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for pointing that out. Let's get started. Let's find a bump in the sealer. Oh boy, hex head. 1/4 inch hex head. That's the worst, because that means you got to dig. See that screw? You got to dig every one of them screws out so you can get a socket on. If they use a number 2 Robertson or a square, you can usually just put your tool right down in the sealer and get those screws out. So yeah, I got a lot of digging to do, because they put a screw about every 3 or 4 inches, and so I got to dig all these screws out so I can get a socket on them. Steel packs your socket full of sealer, and every now and then you got to stop and use your screwdriver to dig the sealer out of the end of your socket. But yeah, so let me carry on here for the next little bit, and then we'll be back. And I did bring some 1/4 inch Luan with me today to when I get up on the roof. I'll do everything I can off the ladder here. Once I get up on the roof, since there were a few iffy spots on this roof, I'll put that Luan down to walk on and kneel on, and it'll keep from doing any damage to this roof. So yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. Y'all go with Bill Hilly and take your coffee break, and see you in a little bit. All right, I got all the screws out. I'm eating pepperoni roll. Sorry, should have swallowed before turn the camera on. Now we get to pry this old Skylight off the roof. Kind of a chilly day today. It'd be a lot easier if it were 90 degrees and sunny, but it's less than 60 and we're behind the trees. So yeah, let's start prying on this thing, see how it's going to come up. Main thing is we just want to try our best not to damage the roof any more than possible. And I didn't say don't damage the roof at all. You just do the best you can on things like this. So let's see how it comes out. find the edge of it with our screwdriver. Stick it under the edge. Like I say, you just try your best not to damage the roof. I mean, you know, this roof has, you know what, 40 screw holes in it. So a couple of small marks with the screwdriver is not the end of the world. Try my scraper a little bit too. As you'll see that the roof's trying to come up. So what we want to try and do is stretch that roof as little as possible also. Once you get it started real good, like you get two sides, the rest of it just pops right up in. But it's getting it started, like anything else. Like I say, this would be quite a bit easier if it were warmer today. So I'm gonna keep struggling with this, and then when it gets ready to flip over, I'll turn the camera back on. So I think you're getting the gist of it. All right, I think I finally got it going my way. It's been a fighter now. I'm here to tell you. We're probably going to see quite a bit of damage to the roof, but it'll be under the new Skylight. So, like I say, all you can do is the best you can do. But you see, a lot of times when you're prying up on the Skylights, you have to push down on the roof to keep from stretching that roof, you know, as little as possible. So I've got this whole end loose, and get a little more of this side loose, and should be able to just flip that thing right up. So, but I want to show you, you have to push down on the roof, hold down on the roof. Like I said, remember, we're trying to stretch that as little as possible. I was actually thinking I had almost that whole other side off, but I don't. The more of it you get loose from the roof, the easier it gets. And it never gets easy, but it does get easier. Go over to this other side, work on it a little bit. This would be a lot easier if it were warmer. A lot. So I'm actually gonna just score the sealer. I'm not cutting it. I'm not cutting through it. I'm just scoring it. See, that'll sometimes make it come up a little bit easier. Of course, we're coming to this corner now. Now, you'll see how really loose this roof is over here. It's not because I've already pried it loose, it's just because it's not stuck over here. Man, I'm telling you, this one's not easy. Oh. I know I said it a while ago, but I really think I got it going my way now. Oh, mommy. Yeah, there it is. All right, awesome. Now, the really fun stuff is trying to get most of this old sealer off. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do this real quick, and then I'm just gonna do it. A lot of times I just use a combination of things. Sometimes I will take my razor knife and just kind of, chamfer that back. Sometimes you can get it started somewhere and it'll actually peel off that roof. This is not going to be one of those. And like I say, all you can do is try and get most of it off, because you'd be here all day long trying to get every bit of that sealer off, and you just do more damage to the roof than what's already here. So I use my scraper some. I will use my knife. It's very sparingly, very easy. I'll show you sometimes I'll just go along this edge. See, the whole time you're doing this though, you're stretching that roof a little bit more. You just got to watch the corners of your tool, make sure it don't dig into the roof too. Yeah, this is the worst part of the whole job, is trying to get most of this sealer off. So let me work on that. All right, I got the bulk of the sealer off, and that's as far as I'm going. It's just too cool today to try and go any further. So now I'm going to use brake cleaner, clean rags, clean this all up. I guess it's about time to make sure the skylight's going to fit. Put some putty tape on the underneath side of the skylight. and screw it down with new screws. So yeah, let me clean this up with rags and brake cleaner, and then I'll be back. All right, all cleaned up. Skylight does fit. Now we're going to use brand new screws. Screw it down, because we ain't playing with them old goobered up screws. Now the main thing, when you screw this Skylight down, is don't go too tight. I've got putty tape underneath the Skylight, right in line with my screws. That's your main seal. So you have to compress the putty tape. But if you go too tight, you will crack this brand new Skylight. So that is the main thing, is getting it tight enough without being too tight. It's a fine line. And occasionally, I mean, I'll crack one. I mean, we're all human, right? So let me go around and put all these screws in, and then we'll trim off our excess putty tape, which is probably just going to be right on the corners, and seal this thing up and we'll be done. Now these Skylights that I use are Specialty Recreation Skylights. They do come with a tube of sealer. It's been my experience that if you were installing this Skylight on a fresh roof, one tube would probably do it, the tube that they include with the Skylight. But since we are doing it on, you know, an old roof, I always get an extra tube of sealer. Sometimes I don't even need it. Sometimes I can get it with one tube, but it's way better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So now it's all screwed down. I'm just going to go around here and squeeze out a whole bunch. Well, hopefully. Maybe I didn't poke enough holes in it. This is gonna be fun. I think my caulking gun's getting bad on me. Cover your screws, cover your seam between the Skylight and the roof. Don't be afraid to use this stuff. Okay, you know me, especially on a cool day like today, I'm going to take, and even though this is self-leveling, I am going to take and make sure that it spreads out good and everything is covered. Okay, I'm just going to do that all the way around, and then this will be a done deal. So there you have it. There is pulling up an old Skylight and replacing it with a new one. Yeah, I still have another one to do, so I am going to get busy doing that. Y'all get busy. Get down in that comment section. Leave me a comment, criticism, concern, and I'm going to go right over here and do another one. Y'all have a fantastic day.